My name is Emily Elliot. I am 29 years old and I am the CEO of Imperial Armour, a globally recognized company. At Imperial Armour, we manufacture body armour for both local and international markets. And this year we are celebrating our 25th year. I started at Imperial Armour roughly 10 years ago, but my journey didn't start there. When I was about 7 years old, I would ask my mum, whose life did you save today? What sales did you make? And that's where my love for the business and the industry began. But when I left school, I enrolled in a business diploma, and throughout that experience, I also took on a few different ventures which were relatively successful, one being a matching moms and daughters clothing line, which is quite ironic since I have two boys. And I also traveled and worked in Asia, but my heart was always in the defense industry. So I ended up coming back to Imperial Armour, following all my little ventures, finding out if I could reach where I wanted to be in the successful approach and the level where I wanted to get to. However, defense is in my blood. It's carried through from my grandfather, through to my mum, to me. So it's always been there, and I just ended up getting back into Imperial Armour straight off the bat. So it is my first year as CEO, and I have been working at Imperial Armour for 10 years, which has led me to take over successfully. So the transition period has been quite a natural transition where just the documents just set it up, but for the last 5 years before now, it has been a very, very slow and steady transition to where I am. I have always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I have always wanted to be an entrepreneur that makes a difference. So that being said, making a difference to me is making a difference to the wearers that wear our body armour, making a difference to the communities, to the people that work at Imperial Armour, and also to my family. Company culture is my number one priority at Imperial Armour. We focus on teamwork, we focus on collaboration. The team synergy is 100% there. And what we've done is we have just set up a realm of strategic communications, and where I can say we're successful in that is literally the other day I was sitting with my staff members from different departments. They practically cornered me and they said to me, I love working here, I love my job, and I love what I'm doing. So for me, that is just hitting the nail on the head. And it just makes me understand that I'm successfully impacting the company. I can also say that I follow the ISO structure I live and breathe ISO, which is the quality assurance measurement, where we set goals and we work towards different objectives. And I can say that has been a sort of path that we have taken to make sure that we are successful. The ISO structure that we have put into place has been, we measure and we succeed through the different structures that we put with our goals. And for the technical savvy people, I can also say that I've managed to create a minimal wastage on our most popular product line, which has been amazing. And yeah, truly grateful for the progress that we've made this far, and this year, my first year as CEO. The minimal waste that we have at the project for minimal waste at Imperial Armour has got to do with a product line that I call Contour 25. So all our bulletproof vests are basically manufactured from the same pattern, and it's a trade secret, so I can't go into details because otherwise everyone else is going to do it. But what we can say is that when we lay out our patterns on the table, we have to make sure that they are placed correctly, and so we can make sure that we are reducing the wastage. And we've perfected this pattern laying, the nesting as they call it, and it's just been an incredible, it's brought our products to life. We have focused dramatically on this year. The Contour 25 also has different perks, so you'll be able to see when a reaction officer is wearing a bulletproof vest, they have to not have any hindrance and they have to have complete maneuverability. And with that being said, the Contour 25 not only produces minimal waste, but you're able to hold your firearm in a firearm stance with no restrictions. You can sit in the car with no restrictions, with no vest going right up to your neck. It has been, it's just been great in every aspect, with our key accounts also adopting the style, so that's been a huge tick. Some of my other achievements at Imperial Armour boil down to the campaign that I've started this year, and the campaign is called Yes You. It is a campaign that's directed for the lower community and women in specific, which is very important because we shine light on the fact that these beautiful women, they go out and to start their career, and they may not have the confidence, they may not have the drive, they may not know how to communicate the body language. So what we do is we take them and we train them up. We give them the ability to learn how to speak in an interview, the ability to learn how to grow their confidence, prepare their CV, and that's been a campaign that I started just this year, and I've started it within the team that we currently have, and from there we are going to progress to the immediate community around them and spread the word like that. I am so excited, and like I said earlier, my biggest dream has always been to be an entrepreneur and make a difference, and if I'm not making a difference, I'm not succeeding. So at Imperial Armour, we are running in a male-dominated industry, and Imperial Armour has always been 100% female-owned. We've got 96% females that work at the company, but playing in a male-dominated industry can have its challenges. And what we like to do is we like to imagine this. I will present something for you to think about, and that is the ability for a woman to design, craft, to negotiate, and to sell and present body armor products. With that in mind, that is always going to be a success. So the challenge is, it is counterproductive. We can work with it, and we can just show everybody how it can be successful, and there's no stopping that. I remember my mum used to be invited to the exhibitions all over the world, and she still goes to the exhibitions. And what happened is there was someone that approached her and said, "You're not going to be able to sell these things because you're a woman." And she took that and she said, "Okay, well, I'm going to do it anyway." And she did. And yeah, we're really grateful for that transition, because without that, we wouldn't have proceeded. So my father, who's late, has always said to me that I must take what everybody has said to me, or I must learn from everybody that gives me advice. And I have always done my best to do that. Whether it's with a pinch of salt or not, I will always try my best to learn from these people that do give advice. And I think it's great to share that with young women. I remember saying in my last interview that I'm looking forward to having more young women in this space where I am now, to grow and know that they can be here, that they can succeed, and that confidence is a an approach where you have to believe it in your head. You have to go for it, and you may not have it all. I don't have it all, but I go for it, and I believe in myself, and confidence comes. So my goals for the future at Imperial Armour have got to be that I would like the brand to expand. I would also like the market reach to expand. We have reached over 78 countries globally, which include the Ministries of Defense and the United Nations, Ministries of Interior. However, just expanding on that is a huge goal for me. I also believe we can excel on our approach with the giants in the security industry locally. We do have a beautiful customer base at the moment. However, for us to do the best we can, we need to protect as many as we can. And that is my goal, to put wearers in the best body armor that they can be protected in. For me, at Imperial Armour, we don't manufacture for the sake of manufacturing. We manufacture for the wearer, for their families. And we have a slogan that we use regularly, and it is, when you go in, we go in with you. With that being said, while we cannot physically go into the threat environments with the wearers, we like to embody ourselves going in with them through our garments. And I love that slogan because it's truly Imperial Armour. So I found balance through energizing myself for work and energizing myself from work for life. I make sure that my cup is full with family and friends, and that brings me my best self for work, and vice versa for home. I have got 2 little boys and an amazing husband that I have to balance everything out. So when I go home, everybody knows how difficult it is just to, okay, that's done, and move forward with the day. And it is harder said than done, but I have made the necessary steps and made my cup full at work, and then I'm grateful for home life, vice versa.